Hello, I'm Tracy Grimshaw. Welcome to A Current Affair. You're about to meet a man no family would want as a neighbour, a man sent to prison for being a predator. Kevin Fullbrook is out of jail and back on the prowl. We cross live now to reporter Kate Donnison. Kate?
Well, Tracy, I'm on the Gold Coast where frightened mums and dads have recently discovered a neighbour in their family townhouse complex is a convicted child predator. Now, we can't tell you where that is because information on these criminals isn't public. What we can tell you is it's 15 minutes from here, and how these parents made the discovery about his past is terrifying.
I want to see him gone.
Tonight, face to face with a predator. We wanted to talk to you about your conviction for child sex offences.
I understand, why you want to do the story.
Keep him away from children, away from schools, away from parks.
It's going to make a lot of publicity, but I just want to have my privacy, so...
Kevin Fullbrook is a convicted child sex offender. His victim, a 9-year-old little girl.
They should not be in communities.
After pleading guilty to sexual assault, Kevin Fullbrook was sent to jail. But today he's out, living in the same suburban complex as up to 11 young families.
It's like an alcoholic who doesn't ever want to have a drink. They don't go and get a job behind a bar. So if you're a person who has had a history and you don't want to go there again, then don't go and live in a community full of children.
The mums and dads who live here are outraged. Outraged they weren't told of the danger in their midst. Outraged Kevin Fullbrook has pursued one of their own children, a young girl who thought her home here was safe, the daughter of one of his neighbours. He wrote a chilling letter professing his love for her.
When he broke trust was when he presented my daughter with the letter.
He shouldn't live amongst children. He's obviously not rehabilitated.
In the eyes of the law, you're rehabilitated, but why are you writing letters to a girl?
If he didn't pursue another girl, we wouldn't know that he was there.
Megan is a terrified mother of 2. She posted an online petition demanding Kevin Fullbrook be relocated after uncovering her neighbour's shocking criminal past. So far, over 500 people are right behind her. Do you think you deserve the right to know if a child sex offender is living next door?
Yes, because I want to be able to protect my children.
His criminal history is enough to make your blood boil. In 2009, Kevin Fullbrook was sentenced to 9 months in jail to be suspended after 3 months. A court heard he preyed on his 9-year-old victim because he was lonely and unsuccessful with women. He sexually assaulted her during a New Year's Eve party at her parents' place after creeping into the little girl's bedroom. Have you got anything you can say that puts parents' minds at ease?
Look, I made a mistake when I was 22 and I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm just trying to go on with my life.
We thought we were in a really good community here with a lot of families. A lot of kids come out and play together.
3 families have now moved out of the complex.
The safety of our girls were far more important than that house.
Lisa is one of those parents. She has 2 daughters.
We had to change her school. She had to move away from her friends. It cost us thousands to move.
Do you think it's appropriate for a grown man to write a teenage girl a letter?
I don't think that he should be allowed, no child sex offender should be allowed to live near children under the age of 18 years.
This mother of 2 girls, who we can't identify for legal reasons, lived in the townhouse directly next door to Kevin Fullbrook. They too were forced to move after he wrote one of the young girls a love letter.
I read the letter and was horrified.
In the 3-page letter, Kevin Fullbrook professes his undying love for the girl, saying he would like to make out with her. He also makes it very clear he visits her family home just so he can watch her. While it's good talking to your father, most of the time I'm just hoping to see you.
He said he'd teach her to drive in his car and that he was reminiscing about them growing old together.
It's stomach-churning stuff, isn't it, for a parent?
Definitely.
Kevin Fullbrook even admits his sick fantasy about her is very wrong. I am like 10 or 11 years older than you and I like you. Society would say I shouldn't.
It felt really predatory. We thought he was a friend of ours, but he had an ulterior motive.
Kevin Fullbrook waited until just 2 days after this young girl's 16th birthday to hand deliver this letter to her workplace. Police investigated, but in the eyes of the law, no crime was committed because she's over the age of consent. But it begs the question, what right do parents have to know if a convicted child sex offender is living next door?
The police said there's nothing I could have done. That just made me feel so sick.
Family members immediately fronted Kevin Fullbrook, warning him to stay away from the teenager. Even then, her concerned mum had no idea of this convicted predator's past sexual offending. While police did confirm Kevin Fullbrook was known to them, it wasn't until he approached their daughter a second time that they discovered he was in fact a pedophile.
My daughter was locked out of the unit accidentally. She'd forgotten her key, and he drove past twice and then approached her with a can of Coke and sat down with her.
Neighbours intervened and police were called, but still no crime had been committed.
He's groomed the parents again. He's friends with the parents to get access to her.
Hetty Johnson is the founder of Bravehearts, which aims to educate, empower and protect Aussie kids from sexual assault.
It's got all the hallmarks of the same type of offending. He's very aware of the law, so he's waited until she's 16 before writing the letter. But he's in the letter acknowledged that he's been very interested in her for some time, since she was 15.
While Bravehearts doesn't support a public register for pedophiles, the organisation wants to see the introduction of a successful disclosure scheme that's currently operating in the UK, whereby parents can formally ask the police if someone with access to their son or daughter has a record for child sex offences.
The system is all wrong. The system is there currently to protect the offenders.
It seemed like he was the one that was protected, not my children.
Do you think you had the right to privacy? You don't think that parents also have the right to know that you're living next door, given you've got a child sex offence?
He does deserve to be able to get onto his life, but he needs help to do that. And I think the system fails offenders often because it doesn't actually provide that help for them, just spits them back out. And we all hope and pray that they don't offend again.
For the time being, the families who live in this suburban complex aren't taking any chances. They're putting the safety of their children first.
Everyone keeps saying that they want something done about this man, move him out to somewhere else.